What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with my Browns Texans Week 13 preview. And ladies and gentlemen, it's official. Deshaun Watson is back, and he will be leading the 4-7 Cleveland Browns into battle this Sunday when the Browns travel to Watson's old stomping grounds of Houston, Texas, to face off against his old team, the 1-8-1 Houston Texans. Now, as far as who the Texans are starting at quarterback, in my opinion, it doesn't even matter who they start at quarterback, because if the Browns go out there and take care of business like they did against the Bucks, like they did against the Bungles, and like they did against the Steelers, I guess you can say against the Panthers too, minus the blown coverages, because those freaking piss me off. We should be able to go out there and take care of business this Sunday. Now, I'm not saying Deshaun Watson's going to go out there and absolutely light him up for like 300 yards passing and 5 touchdowns. He's probably going to be a little bit rusty, but lucky for Deshaun, he's got one hell of a supporting cast on offense. Get Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper, DPJ, David Njoku, Harrison Bryant, Kareem Hunt. Need I go on? He's got one hell of a supporting cast, and he's got a very good coach that actually knows what he's doing. Keep in mind, the last time Deshaun played, he had a bozo as a head coach. Freaking Bill O'Brien. Now he's got Kevin Stefanski, a guy who's actually, had a lot of success. Won a playoff game, technically, although he didn't coach, but his team won the playoff game. Oh, man. But yeah, he knows what he's doing for the most part. Now, what I'm really worried about is our defense. Because as we've seen this year, when our defense puts out a masterclass, like they did against the Bucks, they have a tendency to go out there the following week and lay a dud. So what I need this defense to do is to pretty much keep that same energy that you had against the Bucks. Go out there, stop the run, get after their quarterback, whoever that may be, and wreak havoc. Force turnovers, something that they don't seem to do a whole lot of. Yeah, for some reason, they don't prioritize forcing turnovers. And oh my God, man, you force turnovers with Deshaun? You give Deshaun Watson a short field? Let him cook? Oh my God, bro, we gonna be putting up some serious points this week, for sure. But yeah, man, I mean, I think the biggest thing here is don't overlook the Texans. Now you look at the remaining schedule of the Cleveland Browns, and I know a lot of Browns fans are out there saying that we could possibly go on a run if we play our cards right. And yeah, we can definitely go on a run. Our final 6 games are definitely winnable. I mean, you have Houston this week, very winnable. Then you go to Cincinnati next week. I mean, come on, we own them. And then we have our first home game with Deshaun Watson against Baltimore. That team kind of scares me, but with the way they've been playing, we can definitely beat them. I mean, if you ask me, we should have beat them last time. We honestly should have. And then we got the Saints in our final home game of the year on Christmas Eve. That's very winnable to me. And then we wrap up our season in Washington and in Pittsburgh. The way I see it, the worst we can do is 4-2, in my opinion. Now, it would be so Browns if they went like 2-4, 1-5. I'm not gonna manifest that though. I'm gonna manifest the Browns going out there and taking care of business each week, starting with this week against the Texans. I'm not gonna look ahead. I'm gonna strictly, go game by game, and we'll see what happens. And as for like propaganda and news, the only news I have is Deshaun is back. My only propaganda is Deshaun Watson is back. It's pretty much all I got. So, looking at the 3 keys to victory for the Cleveland Browns this Sunday. Key number 1, get the running game going early. Get Nick Chubb rolling, because with Nick Chubb going like he was last week, you get him going early, that's going to open up something called the RPO game. Yeah, we're going to see a little run option, little read option. Yeah, something that we haven't really seen too much of. Imagine Deshaun Watson fakes a handoff to Nick Chubb, and pretty much everyone on the defense goes after Nick Chubb, and then Watson pulls the ball back, and takes off for like a 15-yard gain because there's nobody around. I literally saw a highlight where we handed it off to the running back, and almost everybody on the Bucks defense went after the running back. And if that was Deshaun Watson on the field, and if he had pulled the ball back, he would have had like 15 yards. It's freaking crazy how that works. You know, I cannot wait to see what we do with Deshaun and Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. That's going to be fun. And then, of course, you have Amari Cooper, who is an absolute stud. I think Cooper's going to go off with Deshaun. I mean, he was really good with Jacoby. Now, all I'm going to say is this, man. Salute to Jacoby, man. He held it down while Deshaun was gone. I wasn't sure what Jacoby was going to do. And you know what? I was very impressed with Jacoby. You know, I mean, he really wasn't responsible for those losses. It was mainly the defense. And yeah, when it comes to the victories, he was really good in those games too. He's been putting up some good games. And now we get to see Deshaun Watson on the field, and that's going to be fun to watch. Now, key number 2, get pressure on the quarterback, whoever that may be. You get pressure on him, you force turnovers, and you give Deshaun Watson a short field and just watch him do his thing. Simple as that. And then key number 3, no dumb penalties and turnovers. Now, overall, we've been able to keep the turnovers down. Although I wish our defense would force more turnovers. But on offense, we've been able to take care of the ball. Now, as far as the dumb penalties, most of our penalties have just been like brain dead penalties, like, false starts and, bad timing plays, like, trying to run a screen and the dude goes upfield too early, gets an eligible man or something. A lot of holding. Nothing really too serious. It's just we just got to stop with the drive killing penalties because we've seen too many of those this year, especially when we've had a promising drive going. Like you can already tell, like when we have a drive killing penalty, the drive just stalls and it's like it's over. So we just got to stop with the dumb penalties and turnovers and stuff. Mainly the penalties. Now my players to watch, surprise, surprise, are Deshaun Watson and Nick Chubb. I think Nick Chubb is going to be a key piece in the offense this week. Because if the run game gets going, like I said, that opens up the RPO game. That opens up the read option. And no one is more dangerous with the ball in his hands than Deshaun Watson because nobody knows what he's going to do. He could take off and run for 15 yards. He could make it look like he's going to run, and he'll stop and throw it to a wide open receiver. He's done that before. And so he's like a magician in the pocket. You think you got him, and then he slips away. I think he is one of the slipperiest quarterbacks in the NFL when it comes to bringing him down. He's so hard to bring down. And trust us, Browns fans. I mean, we know that firsthand from that game in 2020 where there was a couple times where we almost had him and this dude just slipped away. And now he's our quarterback. This is going to be fun. Then my prediction, I have the Browns going out there and taking care of business 28-10 over the Texans, and we go to 5-7 on the year. And then we got Cincinnati next week. Oh boy, that's going to be fun. So that's pretty much all I got for you guys. Be sure as always to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, also become a member for exclusive perks. And I will see you guys this Sunday when the Browns face the Texans in Deshaun Watson's first start as Browns quarterback. Can't believe it's already week 13. It feels like he just got a suspension. Now here we are already. He's here. Now let's get it. I'm Crazy Dog 99. Let's go Browns. And I'm out.